Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, today's video, I'm going to be going over 6 signs your higher self is speaking to you. Are you listening? All right, so I believe that every single one of us, every single individual within this planet, we all need to be moving with our higher selves. Now, what is exactly our higher self? Our higher self is basically the best, the best version of us, our inner wisdom, our inner guidance. That is our higher self. Our higher self guides us in the right direction. Our higher self leads us toward the right decisions instead of, focusing on the wrong decisions and focusing on our problems and our bad habits and our negative thoughts. All right, because you all need to remember that you are not your thoughts and you are not your body. All right, so our higher selves are always speaking to us every single day, but it's important for us to listen to our higher self, to develop a relationship with our higher self. Because without developing a relationship with your higher self, you're not able to receive the signs and the messages and the hints that your higher self is trying to portray to you. Because our higher self speaks to us every single day, but it's up to us to listen to those signs. All right. So in this video right here, I'm going to be going over 6 signs your higher self is speaking to you. All right. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. Spiritual class is in session. All right, so the first sign we got, you receive different hints / messages from the outside world. Now, when you're going throughout your day-to-day life, going to work, going to school, just anything that you're doing in life, we all receive different, messages and hints and signs that our higher selves are speaking to us. All right, if say for instance, let's give an example, a music artist, right? Music artists, they might be out, they might be in the shower, they might be at the park somewhere, they might be, at a certain location, right? And then they get this, this feeling or this idea on how to come up with a new song or, a music video. They might be, they might have an idea on how to create a music video, or something like that. Then they hurry home and, record the lyrics and record the song. They might think of the beat, they might think of the rhythm, or if you're like a teacher, or if you're a writer. Let's say if you're a writer and you come up with different things to write about in your book. You might be walking around outside, because I believe walking around outside walking around outside provides, gives you information. It makes you more creative. You become a more creative person when you're alone with your thoughts, when you're walking outside. So if you're walking outside and you come up with something new on writing your book, or you might be a teacher. In my life, I remember one time I was listening to a specific song. I think it was from Outkast, the rap group Outkast, and it was a specific lyric that I was listening to, because I always listen to lyrics now. And there was a lyric that this rapper quoted a scripture from the Bible, Ephesians 6:12. Which is, we do not battle against flesh and blood. And that brought to my attention to create the video on how to put on the full armor of God. Right? So just, little things like that, little things throughout your day-to-day life that you may experience. It's up to us to, to listen to those signs, and to pay attention to those signs and hints and, things of that nature. All right. So the second sign is intuition and hunches. Now, every single human being on this planet, we all have some sort of intuition, right? Others, their intuition might be higher than some others, all right? But we all have some sort of intuition. We might have a feeling that, somebody's about to call us, in an instant, in a few minutes. Like, oh, I know my dad or my mom or my sibling might be calling me in a few minutes. Let me keep my phone to the side just in case. And then like a few minutes later, somebody calls you. It gets crazy like that, because you have that intuition. When something is about to happen, right? Or you might be in your room, and you trying to find a job, and you trying to get a job opportunity, and you have that confidence, you have that feeling. You saying, "Oh, I'm definitely going to get this job. I have a feeling I'm going to get this job." All right. And then the next day, the employer calls you and tells you that you got the job. All right. So, people have a stronger intuition than other people, but it's important for us to, have a relationship with our higher self so we can build up that intuition. All right. And then hunches. In life, you might have the hunch or the urge to read a certain online article or to read a certain book. You might have the urge to buy this certain book or to, talk to this person. You have this strange urge and the need to talk to somebody. I always advise people who go through situations like that to never ignore those signs, to never ignore those hunches, to never ignore those feelings and desires, right? Because those things can probably change your life in a way. So I always take, opportunity. I always take advantage of those feelings and those hunches, and always listen to your intuition. Always be able to discern from your intuition, from your feelings and emotions and your ego and things like that. So the third one, we got vivid dreams. Now lately, I've been having a lot of vivid dreams. Some dreams might be just scattered chatter, going on throughout your mind that you've been going through, throughout your day or just in your life in general. But if you pay attention more to your dreams, they could contain messages. Dreams can be very powerful. You can be able to, some people are able to discern their dreams. They're able to take the message out of those certain dreams that they're having. Right, but we live in a hectic society that our minds are always chattered and cluttered up. Our mind is not at ease, and we never pay attention to these things, and we always go to sleep with all these different problems that we're facing, that we're thinking about, and we're never able to go to sleep with a clear mind, with a peaceful mind. So when you're able to be in that position where you are able to go to sleep and to have a clear mind, to have a clear consciousness, be in a peaceful state of mind, you're able to, have more vivid dreams, and you're able to dissect anything that, that your dreams may portray, because your dreams have messages within them. Not all of them, but, some of them do. So I always advise people to write down their dreams. I've been writing my dreams down for the past few months, and I've noticed that every time I write my dreams down, I start to have more vivid and lucid dreams every time I write them down. All right, I'm able to remember them in detail. Like most people aren't able to remember their dreams at all. But ever since I've been writing my dreams down, at the beginning I wasn't able to remember much, but I was able to write down, some of the things that I remember. And over time, I'm able to have more lucid and vivid dreams as I start writing my dreams down. So that's one thing that you can do to have more vivid and lucid dreams, to dissect your dreams, is to write your dreams down. So next one is quantum moments. Now, quantum moments are, moments that take place when you're at your lowest in your life. All right, you may be going through, down times. You might be going through certain addictions or just problems in your everyday life, and you just at your lowest point. And then at a specific moment, something amazing happens. You might have this feeling that, you're not alone in this situation that you're in, that there is that God is in your life, a higher source, a higher power is always with you and always at work in your entire life. All right. I remember in my life, I've always, not always, but, I've been going through, I had, a porn addiction. I had high amounts of anxiety. I had high levels of anxiety. And I was just going through it. Every time I go out in public, I always, believe that everybody was out to get me. I was just always, afraid to go out in public because my anxiety was so high. My anxiety was so bad to the point where I would have like panic attacks and I would pass out and things like that. It was terrible for me. It was so bad. And I remember there's this time where it was a day after that I passed out from a panic attack. And I was just saying to myself, like, man, I cannot be going through this. Like, this is not normal. I know I can overcome this. I know I can conquer this. So every time, people have problems, people suffer, but we shouldn't be, experiencing we shouldn't be, associating ourselves with this suffering and pain. All right, we all go through things, but we shouldn't be suffering, in a way to where, it hinders us and it hurts us, and we, think bad thoughts and think negative thoughts. All right, so when you're in that lowest point in your moment, when I was saying to myself, I shouldn't be going through this. I'm tired of going through this. I need to change. And then all of a sudden, little by little things start to happen. I start reading books. There's this one book. It was Escaping the Matrix, freeing your mind while what was it called? Free your mind to experience real life in Christ. I think that was the name of it. And as I started reading that book, like that book just blew my mind. It really opened my mind. It really exposed the truth to what is going on within the world. Like I didn't even see the world the same way. I didn't see myself the same way. I didn't associate myself with my body and my mind no more. I saw the world for what it truly was. I didn't look at the world the same way. I started, watching YouTube videos, start doing more research and things like that. So that was the beginning of my spiritual awakening, but the beginning of my spiritual journey. All right, so these quantum moments, they play a pivotal role. They play a major role in your life. And you need to take advantage of it, right, for the better. Because once you elevate yourself and start becoming a better person, you don't want to go back to that low state of consciousness. You don't want to go back to your lower self. All right, so you need to always remind yourself, this is who I am right now, and who I was in the past, that is not me no more. So the next one, the urge to be alone. Now I've experienced this. I've always been I've never been a social person anyway in the first place, but I realized this, that, ever since I've been going through my spiritual awakening journey, I just had the urge to be alone. I just had the urge to be in my sacred space, my quiet space, to, have a relationship with God, to have a relationship with my higher self, and just work on myself each and every day. Now, a lot of people, they don't like being alone. They don't like the thought of being alone. They think of themselves as being alone, or, have nobody to talk to, no friends, because, we've been sucked into this illusion to think that, having a whole bunch of friends or having a whole bunch of people in your circle is, it makes you popular, it makes you somebody. All right, so that's why a lot of people are afraid to be alone and be alone with their thoughts and things of that nature. So when you are, when your higher self is speaking to you, you have that urge to be alone. You have that urge to be by yourself and to connect with yourself. So I think that's really important for you, for you to do. All right, because you're able to develop yourself. You have no distractions whatsoever. You have, you're not, associating yourself with a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of different energy around you, a whole bunch of different personalities, just all types of different distractions, social media, the news, everything that's going on within the world. You just in this secluded space where you are to yourself. You're able to have a peace of mind. You're able to work on your emotional intelligence, your self-awareness, understand who you truly are, and things like that. And last but not least, you are drawn to nature. Now, as of recently, maybe a few months ago, I realized that, I've always, been in nature. I've always, I've seen myself, I'll be walking around the neighborhood, I'll be walking around outside, early in the morning when it's cool, because it gets hot here where I am. It gets real hot out here, so I can't be doing all that, walking and running outside. It's too hot. It's too hot for all that. But in the morning, I will walk around the neighborhood. I would, just be alone with my thoughts. I wouldn't have my phone with me or anything, no electronics or nothing. I would just be out in nature, soaking it in, soaking the outside world. Just being in nature, right? Because humans, we have a direct contact with nature. That's why we always feel peaceful and blissful and happy and things like that. And then I also noticed that I've been, grounding or earthing is when you put your bare feet in the grass. All right, when you are grounding, when you are earthing, you are gaining electromagnetic energy from the earth. Your body is like a conductor. Your body is like a battery. Your body's like an electric current, as I should say. It's like a battery, and you're soaking in all that energy from the earth, from the soles of your feet. You're gaining all that energy from the earth. All right, that's why I don't believe, once you start grounding, once you start, walking on the ground with your bare feet, I don't see you needing any coffee or energy drinks like that, because I noticed when I've been doing that every single morning, I've had so much energy throughout the day. I'm ready to conquer the day, to face what I have to face, face the world challenges without it, consuming me and things like that. So, you need to give it a try. Try grounding and walking on the ground with your bare feet. It has a lot of health benefits too. All right. So when your higher self is speaking to you, you are more drawn to nature. You are more drawn to being outside, just walking outside, just being in nature and being in tune with nature and just having a relationship with Mother Earth. All right, so these are 6 signs your higher self is speaking to you. Number 1, you receive different hints / messages from the outside world. Number 2, intuition and hunches. Number 3, vivid dreams. 4, quantum moments. 5, the urge to be alone. And number 6, you are drawn to nature. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Always have a relationship with your higher self. Always develop a relationship. Always connect with your higher self. And to always, move forth with your higher self. Always, lead with your higher self and not with your flesh and your mind and your chattering mind. All right, because it can go a long way. Your higher self will lead you in the right direction if you listen to it. All right. So till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within, and always keep the faith because God in the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys. God bless.